Hi everybody, just another update. I haven't done one for a couple of weeks. Monday, I've actually got the day off today because my poor dog had a massive operation over the weekend. So she's covered in stitches and bandages, and I didn't want to leave her at home on her own. I mean, my mum does live here, but she's sort of flits in and out. So I thought I'd have a day off and keep an eye on her, make sure she's not jumping up and down off couches and trying to run upstairs or anything like that. So yeah, pretty glad I've got a day off looking outside because I work outdoors and it's chucking it down. But anyway, yeah, finished this my first ever regiment horse and musket era. These are the American War of Independence British 1st Foot Guards. Anybody that's been watching videos have seen these sort of coming along slowly. These are Old Glory 2nd edition miniatures. As I've said before, I'm sort of forming the regiments up, or the bases and the figures up according to the rule book called Land of the Free, and this here would be classed as a large infantry element because they class everything in elements, which is anything from sort of 20 odd figures to 32 figures. I'm going for 24. I think I'm going to do sort of medium element infantry. I'm going to do 18 figures. Small at say 12, tiny at 6, because they go from tiny, small, medium, large. So I'm going to go round about the 24 for a large element, maybe up to 30. I mean, because the way they did it, well, I don't know if it's unique to the American War of Independence, but the Grenadiers and the light companies used to be sort of taken from their regiments and formed up into sort of 1 or 2, larger battalions. So they'd be formed up of 10, 12 different regiments. I've been looking at the army list for a battle called Germantown, and there's 2 Grenadier battalions in there and 2 lights, and I think there's about something like 12 or 15 different regiments in this battle. So I'm thinking of doing like 4 for each regiment. So that would mean about 60 Grenadiers, in 2 different elements. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing something like that. So I might do 30 for the lights and the Grenadiers, so they'll be a bit bigger. But generally I'm going to keep them to 24. But anyway, I'll try and zoom out on this a bit so you can see the whole thing. Hopefully I won't drop anything. Then I'll just zoom back in and have a look at them a bit closer. Might be a bit shaky, but let's try and focus it a bit better. Gives you an idea. There you go. I'm fairly happy with how they came out. So it's my first sort of go at this kind of thing, really. That was the first. I'll move these back now. You can have a look at them individually. This was the first sort of 6-man unit I did. All magnetised. Nothing drops out, thank you. Yeah, all magnetised. I think I'm going to stick with 6-man bases. I'm been sort of debating about 4. Depends how they sort of depends how they sort of divide into the numbers of the regiments you want to use. But I think I'll probably stick with 6. I've got about 6 4-man movement trays, but I don't know, I think I'll probably stick with 6 because obviously it goes well into 18, yeah, it goes into 24. So I think I might stick with that. It looks quite nice as 6-man bases. That was my first command stand. It took a bit of getting there, to be honest. Obviously painting things wrong because I mean, I've got plenty of books, but I was a bit too lazy to go and look at them. But thankfully there were people watching the videos, commenting, sort of put me straight on some things. But I think I've got there now. Happy with how it all came out. Got there eventually. Don't know what's going on. Oh, it's just a light. I thought there was something stuck on that bloke's shoulder at the end there. Nice figures as well. Say Old Glory second. And this is basically, I mean, I think my AWI collection will be probably 80% Old Glory, I think. Get a few Perrys. I've got some of their plastic box sets, but plastic's nice, fairly cheap I suppose, but a bit of a pain assembling, to be honest. That many, when you've got a lot to do. At least with these you can just wash them, clean them up, stick them on base, and you're sort of getting ready to undercoat them then, whereas multi-part plastics, you've got to clean every part up and, you know, get rid of all the little sprue nodules where you've cut them off. And it's, I mean, I do like them, plastics, but I do much prefer the heft of metal as well anyway. But yeah, I mean, I will get quite a few more boxes of the Perry stuff, but majority is going to be Old Glory. That's with the King's Colour flag. The flags, by the way, are from Maverick Models. My understanding is that they had a King's Colour and a regiment colour, so that's the King's Colour there. These finials, I think I got those from, I mean, they were from the Napoleonic range, but they're from Bicorn Miniatures. So you got like the actual banner pole and the tops and the finials here. So when I run out, I'll get some more from them. They're quite good ones. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, like I was saying, Maverick Models are the flags. They're made out of material. They do paper or material. I prefer material flags because they actually look a bit like, you know, look more like flags than paper ones do. I really like them. I say I don't do much of this kind of thing, but in the past, I think I did like one regiment of, I did 2 regiments of French cavalry, which I sold on eBay. It was like a little experiment to see if it was worth going down the route of trying it as like a part-time sideline thing, painting for money, but didn't work out. The first regiment went for quite a good bit of money, but the second one went for bugger all, and it's just too much time and effort for too little reward, I found. I mean, a lot of people do make money out of it. I don't know how, somehow they do, but I don't think I ever will. But yeah, yeah, so I have actually used Maverick Models flags before, but only a couple. I did buy a load for the French Indian War, I think, did I? Yeah, I think I bought some French Indian War flags because I was going to do a load of stuff for Muskets and Tomahawks, but now I'm waiting for them to do a second edition of that. And I've got loads of the Galloping Major figures, but yeah, I do like these flags, very nice. Obviously that's the regiment's colours then for the first foot guards. And then last base is, you know, sort of bog standard 6-man again. So yeah, nice. Came out nice in the end. Nice line up. Back to front, I think it'd be a bit easier to see them. briefly just knock them together there. Yeah, quite happy with them in the end. The basing materials, I've never been really big on basing. This is my sort of first attempt at seriously basing something. I've never really based movement trays before, done the individual figures, you know, a few tufts here and there. But the basing material is all a mix of stuff from a company called Serious Play. They got various sort of ground cover things like forest, meadows, that sort of stuff. It's got all kind of different bits in there. And then I got some static grass from a company called Mac Materials. I think I got them through eBay. And then some tufts, some from I can't remember who the tufts are from. No, it's gone out of my head. Some are Tamiya, but some are not Tamiya. Tajima. And who the hell is the other one? They're really good ones as well, these other tufts. They're I can't think who they're called. Hang on. I've got them to hand actually. Yeah, got them to hand as in I'm leaning this iPad on. War Painter. Yeah. Yeah, the tufts are from War Painter. And they got like the basic green ones, well, different shades of green, and then several different flower ones. Got bluebell type ones in there, multicoloured ones there. Got some yellow ones somewhere. Yeah, yellow there. More bluebells. Yeah, quite nice. Quite happy with how the bases came out actually. I don't normally go in for this sort of thing, but I wanted it. I mean, I know, you know, obviously the setting, American War of Independence, a lot of kind of woodland and fields and forest type action. So I thought I went for a proper, you know, go full on green and flowers and stuff. Normally I do kind of neutral, arid looking bases, like for me Second World War, because I try and keep them, all my World War II figures, sort of multi-use. But I thought for this one I'd do, you know, go for proper summer, spring looking bases. Quite happy how they came out. Bit faffage, to be honest, but turned out well in the end. I mean, I basically I've got some glue called Scatter Grip. So I put that on first, and then sort of dunked the bases and all the troops in this mix, because I basically just mixed up some 2 different lengths and colours of static grass, and then a few different bases, a couple of different packs of base material, just mixed them all up in a tub, and it came out looking like that. And then just added some tufts to it all. Yeah, and I used Scatter Grip to initially fix the basic material, and then went over that with really watered down PVA to kind of fix it. I've got a varnishing yet, so that'll fix it even more. And then the tufts are just added on, they're self-adhesive and they stick quite well. So yeah, that's those then. So first regiment done. I've just got to order some more of these bases now, because I haven't got any more 6-man ones. So I've got to get in touch. I've got to order some from war bases. And I'm also inquiring about their oval cavalry bases as well. I want to find out if they do those magnetised, because on the site they don't have magnet holes in them. So I'm going to find out if they do that and then place an order. In the meantime, I've got the Necromunda ones to go back to carry on with. But I'm also just briefly doing some of this Warhammer 40k stuff. Now, this is a Terminator. It's a Blood Angels Terminator, but I specifically do mine. There's a chapter, for any of you that know anything about 40k, this makes sense. To others, you won't know what I'm talking about. But they have a chapter called the Flesh Tearers. And you can't actually get... Games Workshop don't make Flesh Tearer shoulder pads because the... oh, my ill dog's just walked in the kitchen. You right there, baby? How you doing? Just make sure she's alright. It's okay, darling. Yeah, Flesh Tearers have got like this icon of like a buzzsaw and a blood drop on it. And Games Workshop don't make shoulder pads for Terminators. But I found... Hang on a minute, I think my dog's trying to get upstairs. Back in a second. No, she's not. She's alright. Yeah, they make shoulder pads for your standard size Marines, which you have to order from Games Workshop, Flesh Tearer pads. But they don't make Terminator ones. And I found this, I suppose you call it a company, it's called Shapeways. And it's all 3D printing stuff. And there's several sort of sellers on there that make shoulder pads that are compatible with 40k stuff. And they got the sort of designs I wanted. So I thought I'd order some just to see what they were like. I'm quite happy with them. I mean, they're clear plastic, so it's hard to sort of quite see it at the moment. But they're quite well detailed, very good actually. Once you get some undercoat on it, it'll really show up. But yeah, my first experience with 3D printing, that is. I bought a few things. I got these shoulder pads, and then I got several packs of sort of different icons that you could attach to shoulder pads. You know, quite small, but I think they'll go on all right. So you can sort of make up sort of Space Marine chapters that you want to do that Games Workshop don't have the pads for. So yeah, I've ordered a few different items. I'm going to try them all out, see how they look, but initially I'm happy with that anyway. It looks good. So yeah, one last look at me AWI. So yeah, happy with those in the end. Get on to the next one soon. Well, as soon as I get the bases sorted out, I think I shall nip back onto the Necromunda figures now, and then come back to these when I've got the next lot ready. The next lot is going to be a medium size element, and they're going to be made up of periplastics. Already assembled them, I've just got to put them on the bases. So you know, put the initial sort of filler around the bases to get them sprayed and undercoated. So that'll probably be at least another week, because I haven't ordered the bases yet. But anyway, thanks for everybody subscribing, commenting and watching. Comments have been very helpful, I've got to say, for this, because there's people who are more knowledgeable about this than I am. And yeah, thanks to everybody who's watched and subscribed anyway. So yeah, take care everybody, speak to you all soon, bye.